Since this is my first stream, it's probably scuffed, but am going to, I guess, make it more efficient as we go on. And I'm probably just going to put my stream up as a video on YouTube. On my YouTube channel, my link is in my about on my Twitch, if you want to go there. And I'm obviously getting more coins just to have a better chance of getting more money in total. And I'm pretty sure if I have enough of these, I got another helper, so more coins are always flying up in the air and flipping. Mainly because I can't really click everywhere all at once. That, and eventually I'll just tell them to go for the better coins when I get them. I don't know if I might save up for silver. It is no good. You know what? I'll get that. And obviously, since this is an incremental game, it's going to be slow, but it's going to get quicker as you go. Another $1. That will be a lot eventually. Yeah, I'm already back up to basically where I was at a second ago. 25% increase. Not bad. No, I'm pretty close to a silver. There we go. How much do I get from this? 30. Yes. Now that is a good chunk of change. Just keep it trapped in the corner. I'll get an extra helper just for the copper. This will get a lot more hectic. Mainly, I know most of this because I played the demo, and it took a decent while to get to millions, but that's probably because I was way too patient with the game. Probably should just go and do the skill tree and all that sort of stuff, but nah, let's just get the good increase. 65% increase or something? I don't know. Another silver coin. I'm gonna try and get this in the corner too. And if I can, maybe it'll let me do double. That'd be great. I don't know. Can I finagle it? No, I don't think so. Well, I'll just keep flipping this one. I don't know if I should get any more copper surges at the moment. You know what? I'll get another helper. And by the time I can get the upgrade where they can flip silver, maybe I'll have enough to where I won't have to really do anything. And as you can see in the bottom, the skill tree is slowly filling up. Pretty sure. Yeah. About a sixth of the way there, which isn't bad. Now, quick flip could get pretty interesting, but let's get that first. I need to make a habit of going down. You know what? Let's go for that too. I need to get 1,000 again so that I can do quick flip, because then I don't have to really click anything. I could have them do the silver, the little helpers, and I could just do all the copper myself by scrolling over it. Yes. Can I even make... interesting. I thought there was a thing. Maybe it's another upgrade. I guess we'll see. But all I need to do is do this now, while clicking it every once in a while when I'm over, and wake these lazy helpers up. I guess it would make sense. Get a lot more copper coins, just because I can flip them all at once and get more than I would for silver. Let's get Copper Surge, get a little more. And every once in a while, I'll buy some silver to unlock new upgrades for it. I wonder if they've changed a few things, because I didn't read the patch notes or updates or anything like that. I just saw that it was you were able to get it, so I did. This is very hypnotizing. At least for me. Yes. 50% more. You can also make the speed of the flip better. I'll do that. Now we're getting double what we previously were, which is very great. You know what? Let's do that. How much was it? 22. Make it go quicker. Another 50%. Now that's 28. And the more copper surges I get, the easier it is for the percentage to exponentially increase, which is great. $20 for silver, not bad. Get a few more copper. Now I may not be doing this right, but oh well. We almost have a skills point. And let's see. With one skill point. Oh, yes, that's the upgrade. I wondered where it was. So I definitely want to get that when I have the chance. But once I get gold coins, the money will shoot up pretty quick, so I don't want to... I think I just want to wait until I get 2 or 3, depending on how quick the requirement for a skill point rises. Get a few more silver. Probably should upgrade my hard work, well, my little workers, so they don't have as much downtime. Mainly because I don't feel like clicking them all the time, like that. Though, to me it seems like they rest sooner rather than later. So I don't know how that specifically works. Waiting less and moving quicker. Yeah, that doesn't really explain much. So maybe they have a set amount of flips and then they have to rest, or something similar to that. I have no idea. That's what it would seem like to me. For that, another copper surge. I think that's better than getting that, though this is just an overall boost. Since maybe eventually I could constantly flip them and there wouldn't be any places where my mouse would go over and it wouldn't flip because it had a cooldown. silver coins. Try and get a new upgrade. So I have hit 10. So that's good. Let's see, what kind of upgrade was it? Silver glide would be great, but that's a decent amount of money at the moment. So soon it won't be. I think getting silver charge and copper alchemy are the best ways to go about it at the moment. I'm going to save up the silver invitation. That seems like the best use of my money at the moment. Yeah, even now it seems like it's going up a decent bit quicker just because of that. When I get the silver glide, it's going to be so great. And this will get a lot easier to make money with, since instead of going up by 1, it's going up by 20. So the 50% will go a lot further on silver. So, yes, I can get a gold coin. How much is a silver? 200. And a gold is 700 at the moment. I don't know if... I guess it's a lot simpler. I don't need to click as much, which is great. And if I can get it in the corner... Yes. Already made all my money back that I spent. And it's been like 15 seconds. $400. Yeah, each time getting more than pretty much everything else combined, which isn't too surprising. There's only a few helpers, and they're not always up. So I am going to get another one. Just so I can have more passive income. Might as well get as many of them as I can. So every time I go upgrade, I'll get at least a little more. I don't even know if it's really worth it. Actually, let's do that. Because then I get another gold coin, which isn't too far away. Though, yeah, I guess getting another gold coin would be better than getting a shotgun. At least for now. Let's get the shockwave. Upgrade the workers a little bit. Now, every single thing around them will get launched in the air. I believe. I think it is good to get a copper up. I'm almost at 2 skill points. Not too far away. So when I get that 1 skill point, I guess skills upgrade, whatever you want to call it, that'll be such a game changer. Because then I can say, only do gold and silver and leave the copper to me, and then so on and so forth. So, wait, it's 100,000. More shockwaves. It's mostly for the little helpers, since the copper obviously will jump and just sneak cursoring over them. How much do I need to get? Yeah, 1 million might be a little bit of a jump. So let's go there. That's pretty good. Though if I get... that's pretty... that's interesting. It's kind of crazy, but that's interesting. The Helper Angel seems interesting, but the aura probably wouldn't be too large. I think I'm just going to go the Lucky Echo. Ooh, a platinum coin. I guess we will see. Oh, well, bye-bye. He got the num-nums. A new table. Well, it seems like there's new tables. That was not in the demo. I wonder if they give bonuses or skills or something. Get that. Any sort of chance is better than 0. Eventually, maybe there will be so many shockwaves in the later game that it'll just constantly flip without the helpers really having to do anything, which would be pretty good. now that I think of it, getting that 700%, basically 800% boost from silver would probably be better than the Echo. Get a few more dollars. Ah, yes. Little silver coin. Should get my money back way quicker. So I wonder, how long would it take to get one silver coin? Because if you're going to use have more silver coins than copper, you will have to have maybe at max 2 coins, or it'd probably take longer than it's worth for the boost. Though it probably is pretty good long term compared to the short term in the beginning. You know what? That's pretty cheap. Yeah. Yeah, let's go for that. Get one of them because it's cheap. The bigger hands would be pretty nice about now. Yeah, getting a few more coins probably serve me well. finally flip silver. So I should probably get a few more helpers if I can. Few more copper. Though I wonder what the ratio between coins and helpers is for the best outcome. There's almost 20 coins, so that'd be a 1 to 4. And it doesn't seem like 1 to 4 is a good enough one. It might need to be 1 to 3, something similar to that. Though they do go up in price quite a bit. Probably better to maybe because if I can get the silver to flip pretty often by themselves after they've already been flipped by something, that would probably be very nice. And now we have quick flip for their copper, which is pretty good for quick bits of money. Though it isn't very accurate. But maybe that's just me. Yeah, let's go for that. Little more copper. Right now it's $7. I probably should get a copper surge or two, just to get a little bit more. Copper alchemy is really gonna up how much money I make per second, though. Because they're basically a third, almost a third of a silver coin at the moment. Now they're about a little less than half. Not for long, though. 10% quicker to flip. Get a few more of them. Now, I am going to slowly get more and more, and eventually be right back to where I was. I think that would be good. And that. Get a quick little bit of money. That might be a bit of a strat. Use copper to get the very easy upgrades that are cheap. Use silver later to get the super expensive ones until you get gold. No, I think it doesn't matter too much. See if that makes them a little quicker to make me some money. I think more coins in general would probably be the best way to make a little more money. And obviously making them worth more is good too. But yes, I forgot. That's how it works in this game. Your skill points are already spent, so you have to make whatever it was before you, I guess, fed your people to the giant space mall. What is kind of interesting is there's little hats your little guys can wear. So I'll do more of them, but that's when I have more passive income. Get a gold coin. How much is it for them to flip again? 6K. That's not too far, especially with the gold coin. The gold and the silver and all this copper around, very easy. There it is. Though getting 25,000 for the shockwave would be pretty good considering how many coins are around. I don't know. That's a little expensive at the moment. Get 10 of them to get silver would be more. Maybe that will speed things up a bit. Yes, silver transmutation. Now they're going to be worth quite a bit more. So, it's probably better to just do this and let them do the rest. Not forgetting that, of course. And quicker copper. And a little more of that. Though I'm not getting very lucky with the flipping chance at the moment. That was like 5 times in a row. It didn't give me a single penny. Maybe silver charge would just for the little helpers to be doing a little more. That'd be a 20% chance. And it seems to max out at 60%, unless there's a special upgrade that gives it a little more of a chance to flip multiple times. Ah, yes, shockwave. Very nice. So, probably should get it out of the corner. Or actually do something. There we go. Now little guys are flipping them. You know what? Let's upgrade the workers a bit. They deserve it. Getting a second gold coin would be good. Double shockwave. Eventually the whole board will just be flying in the air, which I'm really looking forward to. Second coin. Very nice. Golden bounty. Making a lot more. Getting another help would probably help a decent bit. One more person to flip a coin when the others are resting. Along with a higher chance of having the gold flip is pretty good reason in itself. I've only made 200,000. Makes sense. It is a little bit of a slow process. So I'm thinking on whether I should get the 300% aura from a helper, the angelic one, or I do the 777% silver if there are more than copper coins. So I wonder if having gold would matter. It didn't say it in the skill, so I wouldn't think it would. Let's go silver transmutation. And then get that, because that's basically double. You know what? Let's go quicker copper. Because eventually they're just going to go so quick, it's constant thousands. Right now they're already 30% off. Or now they're 50% quicker, which is a pretty big deal. That means making double from just copper itself, which I can mouse over pretty quick. Though when I get it for silver, it's even better. That's 100,000, which I could probably save up to in a pretty quick amount of time, but I just want more money. I'm the Mr. Krabs of this game. Money, money, money. So I have gained 15,000 pretty quick. So maybe 100,000 wouldn't take too long. So I'm thinking of just getting copper as much as I can. Because it seems the more I upgrade it, the easier it'll be to make the money back. As we're seeing at the moment. Copper surge. So now that I am thinking of it, let's take the copper coins off and have them only flip the more expensive ones. Since I personally can flip the copper. That or the gold will with their shockwave. Yeah, I'm going to save up for the silver glide. Which will not take very long. There we go. And that's another quick flip. Though it seems like I need to mouse over the silver a little longer for it to actually flip compared to the copper. But maybe that's what the flip 50% quicker for copper actually means. Already back up to 70,000. So coins in general. Now we're getting somewhere. %10 quicker for the silver. Getting the golden coins worth more is probably a pretty quick way to get a lot of money. Especially if they do the shockwave. Got another hard worker. You know what? Get some more copper. That's probably not the way to go about making more money that much quicker than if I were to upgrade the gold, but I am going to do that. Just because I can mouse over pretty much every single coin besides 3 or 4 of them. So, making copper quicker probably isn't too bad of an idea. Though doing it for silver would maybe give me more, or maybe they're close now to how much they give. Get another gold. More copper and silver. And this is basically passive income at the moment. So since we are doing that, let's get a few more hats. Since I wouldn't mind doing as many achievements in this game as I can. Just because I can. And I'm pretty sure you get more of these skull coins the more coins are flipped. So the further in the game you are, the more coins you'll be getting, is my understanding. Though I do wish this was a little quicker. Okay, that's as many as I can get at the moment. Almost got them all. At least for that little one. Another gold. 2 more silver. 2 more copper. Now that's what I like to see. getting another helper. Probably a pretty good idea. And I'm close to getting another skill point, but I don't think I want to basically reset that quick. I want to see if it's possible to get this next point decently quickly. Yeah, that really good thing. Make the silver a little quicker to reset. 11 million doesn't seem too far away. Got a million something pretty quick. And it's getting quicker. I'm making about maybe 5,000 a second. Not too shabby. And it'll get quicker the more I do. Yeah, this is getting pretty quick now. Though I bet there's a lot more exponential upgrades that you can get as you go along and sacrifice your people. That's a pretty big upgrade. Get a little more copper. Might as well. It'll all add up. why there's a saying, penny a day. I think. Don't quote me on that. Let's see here. What other... I can't see any other... Not at least the ones I haven't already bought. Though, Midas Touch would be pretty nice, and I am about halfway there. Because then I could just mouse over everything and not have to click a billion times. How much is it for a gold coin? Wow, that's not very lucky at all. Very nice. Let's get that. Now, it's just getting more gold coins. Though I do have to wake the little lazy helpers up every once in a while. Not too big a deal. Golden infusion. That is going to provide a lot of cash flow. I think soon-ish I can get another gold coin, and that will mean a decent amount more money. So I only have 6. And it'll just slam on the ground and knock every other coin around it up. question is, I don't think this would be the best thing. I think 10% speed of the. Well, I guess I can get both. That would be good too. So I think it might be better to do this, because then they will only go to the gold, which is the highest paying coin. Though that might be counterintuitive, because the silver could be doing a lot of work by slamming down, but the gold could do that to the silver, and the silver would do it to the copper, so maybe I'm just overthinking it. You know what? 10% quicker for gold. Yeah, I definitely need to get a little more gold coins, because it seems like they're standing still a little longer than they were. Improve the base amount. That should do a decent amount. Now the question is, does this tell me 184 for copper, almost 1,000 for silver, and almost 8,000 for gold? That's pretty nice. So I think might do all of that. Try and get as much money out of that. That might not have done much, but it is an incremental for a reason. Quit copper. Make it flash. Silver definitely needs a little bit of love. I think... No, never mind. I don't know why I thought a gold coin was 600,000. Though, you can get a decent amount of silver coins, which is pretty good. And I'm close to getting on the skill point, which is when I will probably sacrifice them to the Eldritch gods. There's another gold coin. Well, one away from hitting 10 and probably unlocking something else. That, or I need to sacrifice them to get the platinum coin so that I have something else to do. Besides get the same coins and the same upgrades that get a lot more expensive. Yeah, 79 million. That would take quite a bit of time. Though, the thief does seem interesting. And I can check out what comes after. Missile seems interesting, but the muscular helper would be interesting. Let's see. That's pretty good for what I already have. That would be interesting. That seems like it'd be good later. That is very positive. That is crazy. I think the best way to go about it is this, because that's just permanent once I get it.